Travels with Tommy and Lauren.
The year in review edition.
The year in review. We've done so much this year.
We have.
And it's been fun.
It has. We've had such a blast doing it.
I don't think we've had we've had some
Some
miscue
fails.
trips where we thought it was going to be open, it wasn't open, whatever. But
Well, before we get into that, let me just say, if you're new, first things first, watch the entire video, because we always save our commentary to the end, and that's where we actually do our food reviews.
yeah.
Also, and I had a list, but I left it in the kitchen. But also, this is what I look like when we're not doing anything, which is also what I look like when I am doing something. So
Oh, yeah, I always look the same.
yeah, we always look the same. But we're home. We just got back from, by the time you're watching this, Christmas is already done.
Christmas is over.
Yeah.
The big fat man done came.
You'll see this on Thursday, right before New Year's Eve. So normally we do a New
Did you
Year's.
sleep your beer? Is
No.
that why you just looked at me?
No.
Oh.
I got my beer.
I thought you was like, God darn it, I love beer.
No, that's pretty much who we are, how we are. But anyway, by the time you see this, it'll be New Year's Eve. And normally we do a New Year's Eve party every year. And if you've watched a vlog, you've seen at least one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this year we're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to be hanging loose here at the house.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
boring old people.
We might be able to do something. But
We're
we'll
not
we'll
gonna do
see.
anything.
We'll play it by.
I got to have surgery.
We'll play it
It's
by-
nothing major. It's not a big deal.
We'll
but
play it by tooth.
Yeah. I got a mouthful of baby teeth. I got to have some cut out. And that I got to have it done Thursday. So when you're watching this, depending on the time, you know, I'll be having some stuff cut out of my mouth and a little bit of bone too. So yeah, that's going to be fun. So New Year's is going to be lit. Raise the roof. But anyway, we want to take y'all through some of our favorites that we've done this year. And this was by far not all of our favorites. This was just the ones that kind of stood out.
Little highlights.
Yeah, had some meaning to us.
Yeah.
You know. So we're
If you
gonna
see us looking over here, we have
we got the
sleep.
computer set down
We
here.
got a computer set up that way we can follow along.
Yeah, and I'll do picture in picture
Because this is like
somewhere
fifth grade. You gotta
somewhere
follow
up
along.
there. Y'all like my tree? That's the only tree that I have.
Oh, it's tall.
It's 4 foot. That's what it is. This is all like memory ornaments from like my childhood and Vanessa's our daughter's childhood, and Tommy's childhood, and now our grandson and stuff. So everything on this tree is sentimental. But anyway, let's start with number 1. So
Corpsewood was kind of really an unplanned, laid out trip that turned out to be one of our best videos.
yes. So the story was Joseph and Joey and Dr. Charles Scudder, I don't remember Joey's last name, sorry, built this house out in the middle of nowhere in Georgia. They were killed by Tony West and Avery Brock. They thought that they had money, but they didn't.
They did.
And so these guys are sitting on death row. Actually, I think Avery Brock just died. I could be wrong, but
Oh, good.
But anyway, we've been thinking about doing a return to Corpsewood because we learned some stuff after the fact.
Yeah.
And think that maybe it might be good. If you're hearing a cat, that's my grandcat, our grandcat Astrid. But anyway, we're thinking about doing a return to Corpsewood. So let us know if you think that would be worth doing.
Yeah. What we'd like to do is contact the landowner and actually do a camping trip out there.
Yeah. Traveler's Rest.
Traveler's Rest was really, really cool because it's the only one left. There was a whole chain of them, and that's the only one that was left. And we'd been up through that area a bunch of different times.
Yeah, and never even knew.
Never even knew.
Never knew. But this was the one time that I think that I legit caught a ghost on camera.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Up in the attic.
I mean, you could literally see the legs, the torso, the arms, everything.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly certain I got what I got.
Yeah, Traveler's Rest was really cool. We got lucky, and when we first got there were hardly anybody there. So we actually got little inside scoop of the place and how it's laid out.
The guide was freaking awesome too.
Nobody walks around with you and shows you room to room like some of our other ones, like the Roswell videos.
Yeah.
But he actually gave us a lot more information.
Waynesville. Waynesville is just cool.
When I was a young warthog.
Yes.
It's still funny.
Yeah, Waynesville. We've been to Waynesville a couple
of times.
And we're actually planning a trip. Maybe not to Waynesville, but up around that area. Probably same time, February-ish,
yeah.
Where it's nice and cold up in the mountains. You might see some snow, which we did.
Yeah. And rocks, man. Maggie Valley, Rock and Jim, they had freaking rocks for days. And great prices, too.
Yeah, Waynesville is a small town, but it's located perfect. So you can get anywhere within an hour.
I want to go back to that waterfall during the summer. Sliding Rock.
Oh.
That was in
Looking Glass Falls.
Yeah. And this is still one of my most favorite, like, time-lapse footages that he caught.
Yeah, we didn't have the best start to the weekend. It turned out really nice.
Yeah. Up next, one of my personal favorites, the Great Locomotive Chase. When we came around the corner and I saw
the actual
the
actual train is sitting there.
And not even from an ego standpoint, I have watched this video multiple times only because that moment was so to see that thing in real life.
You didn't know it was going to be there.
No, I didn't. And to see that thing in real life.
And another cool thing with that though is like 3 or 4 other videos tied into that one.
Yeah, that was
really cool, from Chattanooga down to Cartersville.
Another one that ended up tying in to a couple of other videos.
The Chief Van House.
The Chief Van House. That was a terrible story. It's terrible.
Can't change history. Yeah, well, little did we know that.
What an asshole.
That it was going to tie in.
It was a horrible story.
To a lot of things that we already knew, but just didn't know who Van was.
Yeah, we had no idea. Like, we almost, when we first moved to Georgia 20 years ago, we almost rented a house on Van's Tavern, never knowing that was the Chief Van.
Yeah.
That was his tavern.
Yep.
So,
and then we went and found his grave, and I think Chief Sonny and Van they was all tied together somehow. It was really cool. I mean, that one really did tie in to a lot of different places.
So, tying back in.
We're going to circle back there.
Yeah, we're going to circle back. Tie back into Chief Van. This could have been the best or the worst idea that I've ever had.
I think it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
Fun. Whose idea was this again? Oh, yeah.
Sawney Mountain.
So then we ended up hiking up Sawney Mountain.
We're kind of where we're not supposed to be. And we also trespassed.
So we're kind of where we're not supposed to be. But we wanted to see this grave.
which we don't recommend. Don't do that.
But yeah, we went and found the grave first.
Oh yeah.
And
It's all centipedes.
and that creeped me out. All the centipedes.
Yeah.
What?
They put a zip line from the top back to the parking lot.
True
That
story.
that makes perfect sense. And
Also, your next comment too.
I will stick by.
Oh wait, not that one.
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying we should have just went to Springer Mountain and hiked the damn Appalachian.
I will stick by. They need to serve pizza and beer at the top of that thing.
We didn't.
Sounds like there's a lot of fun going on up there.
Maybe they're celebrating that they didn't die.
They're probably celebrating they didn't die. That was a strenuous walk.
We made it.
Wasn't that bad?
Trying to get me out there on a ledge. You couldn't kill me on the trail.
Increasingly convinced Tommy's been trying to kill me on some of these treks.
You know what?
What?
They would serve pizza and beer at the top of that thing. They'd make a killer.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I'd drop a cool 20. No problem. So our next one, this one I'm going to go into a little detail because I did get confirmation on some of it. Fern Springs, which if you've been watching, that is the abandoned park
Right.
that Tommy and I explored last summer.
It was closed in the 60s for a long, long time, and it was reopened in 2005. And then it was only open for a short time, blackberries, before they closed it again. And I'm trying to find information about it because I haven't. But apparently there were some murders here, and that was why it was closed down to begin with.
True story. There wasn't just one murder. There were several murders there, dating from the time pretty much that it opened until the time it was closed down both times, and in the time frames in between as it sat abandoned. What was really creepy though, we're going to play the rest of this segment, and then when it gets to that part, I'll pause it and tell you.
So, not gonna lie, this place, it's got a little bit of a creepy vibe to it. But I'm gonna walk that stone path right there and see if I can get down to that bottom.
Yeah, it was coming a storm that day.
Yeah, it was June or July. I think when we went down there.
Ooh, y'all hear that?
Lori's over doing her own thing right now. But I really didn't know what I was coming to look at. She just said it was an old abandoned park. I was like, well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was a cool place.
I almost died here that day.
And here comes the rain, and I heard something in the woods, hopefully.
Well, I don't know what this is, but it's creepy as hell right here now. The water's run through it, and it's getting ready to rain, so make sure this is sturdy. Walk across that. Look, I'm gonna step down in here.
Go ahead.
Maybe that wasn't the wisest thing to split up. You took the top area, and I went through the bottom.
But hey, look, there's a bar of soap. So I might be in somebody's homeless bathroom or something, or shower.
So, coincidentally, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's funny coincidentally that's where he ended up, and where he ended up happened to be the last place that a body was found there, and it was a woman who was found murdered in that.
And of course, I'd end up there.
In a court, yeah.
By myself.
Oh.
With it raining. And
big storm.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just a happening for the it.
It was. I mean.
And I was stuck there 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, you were.
Could have died.
When I heard that, and I did get this confirmed by an ex-GBA agent GBI agent, Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Whatever. Anyway, who did not want his name to be released to the public. So, but he covered some of the murders that was the body recoveries and stuff. So, yeah.
I reckon that's why they closed it down.
Yeah, that's why they closed it down.
You only kill so many people in this.
Well, but it was very obviously being inhabited by homeless people.
Which I don't blame them. It's perfect.
I mean, it is.
Shelter,
it really,
probably
really
got food.
But, you know, me
It's
with
perfect.
ghosts, I'd like to go back to camp. I'd like to go back to camp.
Probably not there.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
No, probably
if you're
not
scared, get in my
there.
pocket. All right, so number 8 is the Rock House. And I included this one just for the sheer coolness of this one.
Well, there's a lot of coolness to this one. First, that dang on house has been there forever.
Since
And
1768.
the Pilgrims.
Not the Pilgrims, dude.
I'm sorry. No.
The Quakers.
The Quakers. Same thing. Don't y'all agree? They're the
No,
same
it's
thing.
not the same thing.
Pilgrims, Quakers, whatever. They built that in the 1700s.
And it's still,
and
what's so
perfect.
crazy
You walk
about
through
it,
The floor's
you
still
could live in it.
Yeah.
You could still live in it. It doesn't have a bathroom.
That's what was
But
crazy.
you could still live in it. I mean, it's still habitable.
Yeah.
That was insane to me, and I would totally live there.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
it's you just can't believe that it's that old,
No.
and you can still walk through
Yeah.
it. You can just go in it.
Yep.
Nobody's saying don't touch stuff.
Yeah.
Don't look at that or.
All right, number 9. Vereen Gardens. And the time that I got attacked by a snake.
Well, that happened to us twice this year.
Mm.
Don't really do critters and snakes and stuff like that that want to attack us. But Vereen,
It's literally one of my most favorite
every
places.
time we go to Myrtle Beach, we go to Vereen Gardens to check it out, and it's always nice little walk.
It's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful, and like I said, it's free.
Yeah,
You know.
and we will always recommend going to Vereen
Yes.
Gardens.
Yeah, and we love the wishing tree. We leave a shell every time.
Yeah, it's a nice walk.
But this time, see, every time we go there, we find something different.
Yes, snake.
Yeah.
How confident are you in your directions?
Tommy got us lost again.
How confident are you in your directions?
I'm almost 0 confident level right now. But
I did not. I actually.
What was that look?
We walked so far that we could actually drove to where we wanted to go within a minute.
Yeah, there's a snake. Where you go from that point forward, you're looking for the snake.
Yeah, that
And
happened
then
more
we
than
got
once.
back to the KOA. Tommy met a friend, and they rode the children's worm train together.
Yeah, the worm train was cool. I asked her, could we ride it? She's like, meet us up here. So I was like, let's go.
Number 10, Tommy was not with me on this one, but I included it because of the creep factor again. The Baker Mansion when I went to Pennsylvania back in September.
Yep.
Did a lot of cool stuff.
Tripping a little bit.
But this one, Big Dad's tripping a little bit.
Dad's tripping the whole body, not just a little bit.
My dad is hilarious, and he's such a good sport. But with the Baker Mansion, my dad got stuff on this ghost app that we've been using it for over a year and never got.
Nah.
And it just so happened that everything that he got on that ghost app coincided with the actual history of the mansion that we didn't even know about. We had no clue, no idea. So I included that because that's one of the first times that any paranormal stuff we've ever done has been actually legitimized.
Right.
You know. So number 11 is Kettle Creek.
That
And,
was
and Skull Shoals campground.
you can tell by that video how much research we did. We had no damn clue where
How many
we were
times did
going.
we get lost?
I thought it was just we would drive out there, it'd be a sign, bam, are you good?
No.
You gotta, if you ever go there, the second time will be a whole lot funner.
Because you'll actually know what the hell you're
You'll
doing.
know where you're going. But, we walked and drove, and finally we found the actual battlefield. But it was a cool place. It's laid out really nice once you figure it out, once you find the information center. It all works.
Yeah, we totally went to the wrong place, and we wandered around in the wrong area for
2 hours.
Probably, and
Maybe
we were
longer.
leaving. We were getting ready to go.
And a car passed by, and she was walking down through the woods, and I was like, well, I'm going to move the car. And we found it.
But I mean, yeah. See, right here, this was the old settlement that was up there. And then we walked back in this area here.
There's signage, though, really wasn't.
Not up there, there
Yeah,
wasn't.
it wasn't really all that great.
There was no signage up there.
Like once you actually found the battlefield,
Yeah.
they had all kinds of information.
I walked half of this trail before he finally showed up, and we were gonna turn around and go back to the car. And then we just decided to keep walking that trail.
Oh, really?
That's when we figured out we're idiots.
So that trail brought us out to some signage and leaflets.
Yeah. Yeah, which was crazy because
Where we're heading now is the actual battleground, not up there. That was apparently homesteads where the church was and all that stuff.
if we'd have found that first, we probably could have
Yeah.
explored a lot longer.
Yes.
Where the church was and all that stuff. Here's the money shot.
Ta-da!
Bam. The actual burials are marked by the white cross.
Yeah, see.
So we didn't know that.
A
We thought-
little more research.
Yes. Skull
the
Shoals,
camping.
man, that campground was freaking amazing. It really was.
I'm hoping them that all put together to have an actual campground
me
out through there.
too.
So it's going to be really nice.
It is. It's going to be beautiful. This was fall in North Georgia. So this was us kind of going around to some local, like the waterfalls and stuff. Just the freaking colors this year.
Yeah, we had
amazing.
a good leaf change this year.
We did.
So
and that's the first one in a long time.
We're at the age we became leaf lookers.
Leaf lookers.
We were leaf looking.
We were leaf looking.
Leaf licking or lookers?
Lookers. And this is Dick's Creek. We used to go here a lot when we were like so freaking broke. And we would take our daughter there because it was a cheap summer
Yeah, it's
day
something
trip,
to do. Something to do. It was free parking.
and it has a rock slide and all that stuff. But left the drone footage in because I loved it.
Oh, good, good. Next time I'll do more.
Yeah, instead of like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Do what I can do.
I included Tales with Tommy because out of all of our videos, that's one of the ones that I got the most comments on through Facebook messaging and through some YouTube comments and stuff, that people really enjoyed the Tales with Tommy segment.
Yeah, that was all.
I had to twist his arm to do it.
That was all true.
Yeah, it was a true
That was
story.
all true.
But yeah, so
Yeah, we got to go to the waterfalls. Actually, you can see the leaves falling.
yeah, you
right
can,
there.
yeah,
But yeah, we got to go to some good waterfalls.
yeah.
That trip, I don't know, we probably made a 75, 80 mile loop around through there
Yep.
just to look at all them.
I included that because I had to give my dude another shout out. I don't know your name, man, but
Hope everything's all right with you.
I hope you're fine now. I hope you're not as mad. I hope your Christmas was great. Whoever you were.
But
And then I
it
just
was good.
included this one as an honorable mention because I think this, for us personally, was much needed, and it was a little bit of a turnaround for us that we got back into camping. And this was our second visit to this place, and it's a beautiful place, and the people that run it are wonderful.
Yep.
This trip was a little bit less than idyllic.
It was still good.
But it was still really
It was
good.
still good.
So far, it's going pretty good. We have some neighbors this time.
Yep.
They're playing Superman Says right now.
Yep.
And they quit playing with the balls, but there's one in the creek. I think I'm gonna get it out here in a little bit.
So Track Rock and then Bell Mountain.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't beat neither one.
Yeah.
And we might not have
Can't
any
beat neither
firewood.
one of them.
And it's supposed to go down to 35 degrees tonight. So, you know,
But did you die?
I didn't die.
So,
could or could not. Might freeze to
so we had firewood. We had plenty of propane for cooking, and
This is where you can hear the initial children yelling,
We got a group
screaming.
of dads who brought their collective children camping. And I think maybe they bit off more than they can chew. And I think maybe they know they did.
yeah, it was still a good
It was.
camping trip.
So far, it's going pretty good.
It was really great.
Yeah, we got up there a little bit later, I
Then-
think.
well, we normally, you had to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, the women
They
showed
are-
up to help him out.
So we don't do bathroom reviews very often.
Is that what they call this?
This was not a Track Rock. This was Young Harris.
Tommy had to pee.
Yeah, this was. Can't remember the name of them falls now.
Cupid Falls.
Cupid Falls.
Beautiful falls.
Yeah.
Terrible bathrooms.
I mean,
Well, as we've found out, them pit toilets is just not the. If you gotta go, that's fine. It's there.
And then Bell Mountain. Bell Mountain is 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it.
Can't believe I've never been there with all the times we've been up through the
But you do
mountains.
need a really good set of legs. Because those steps were a little brittle.
It was beautiful though.
yeah, zippers are really bad.
Remember that time you had to look up a YouTube video to figure out how to do your pod?
I could not figure that thing out.
That's my
I
favorite.
didn't,
YouTube
I
sponsored
didn't
me.
open it the first time, so I had no clue how it went back together.
Last day of our camping trip.
Since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh yeah, they've been going.
Since 6 o'clock this morning.
Camping, you want to get up early, not that damn early. 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
So-
They went to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then they were up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
5:36. Yeah.
And
we
they were.
didn't go to bed at 7 or 8.
No, they were going full speed, man. Like as soon as they come out of their tents, and then they brought a dog on the second night when the rest of the people showed
Yeah.
up, and that dog barked all night long. I don't know if it was in the tent. I don't know if it was outside.
But you know what? I bet they had fun.
They did. You could
So,
tell that they did.
They had fun.
Except for those 2 younger ones that cried the entire time. I'm pretty sure they didn't have fun. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. And you know, you bitch about the noise and getting woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But it was a lot of fun watching them
Yeah, right.
have a lot of
They
fun
had
because
fun.
they were not
So
from around here. And you could tell that this was probably their very first camping trip. So that was kind of special to watch.
Yeah.
Even if I'd be like, dude, keep your kids in the tent till at least 7:30, if you don't mind.
I tried. It didn't happen.
Bless his heart. But anyway, those are the highlights of,
Yep.
of this year. There was so much more though,
But
and there was so much more we could have included.
But if they're watching this, they made it through a whole year this year.
Yeah, you made through a whole year.
But if anybody's got any suggestions for us where we need to end up
Yeah,
next
where we
year,
need to go. Where would you like to see us go?
revisit stuff, go somewhere new,
Go
different
somewhere
places.
big. What would you want to see? Travels with Tommy and Lori do.
Yeah, because we need suggestions.
Yeah, we love suggestions.
We need to figure out how to make it better and more informative. You know, like
And more fun, more entertaining.
more decent places to go.
I mean, we think we're funny, but not everybody thinks we're funny.
Have a hell of a good time.
Me too.
One weekend at a time.
That's probably what we should have named the channel, One Weekend at a Time.
Whatever.
But anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we upload new videos. Also, hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's.
Yep.
And I hope 2022
Party it
brings you
down.
everything that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till
Maybe.
next time. Bye bye. Stay spicy.